The city lights shimmered against the night sky, as if Portland itself was holding its breath. For Alex Johnson, a 38-year-old entrepreneur who had poured years into building both his company and his home life, everything seemed solid from the outside. He and his wife, Sophia, a 34-year-old driven marketing executive, had crafted an image many envied. 2 beautiful children, a stable marriage, and the kind of partnership that friends admired openly. To the world, they were proof that balance between career and family was possible. But Alex had begun to notice cracks forming beneath the polished exterior. For months, Sophia had been slipping away, not physically at first, but in subtle, almost imperceptible ways. She lingered longer on her phone, locked in conversations she never shared. She smiled faintly at messages he couldn't see. She spoke of work obligations, networking dinners, and the occasional night out with friends, and Alex, trusting by nature, accepted her words. Still, unease began to gnaw at him late at night when she lay asleep beside him, her breathing calm while his mind churned with suspicion. Friends told him he was overthinking. Stress and routine strain every marriage, they said. Yet the unsettled weight in his chest only grew heavier. The turning point came when Sophia's boss, Mark, a polished and powerful CEO with the kind of presence that demanded attention, invited them to a gathering at his luxurious penthouse overlooking the city. Mark was admired and envied in equal measure, a man who seemed to possess everything. But Alex had never trusted the way he looked at Sophia, how his hand lingered a moment too long during introductions, how his compliments seemed to carry unspoken undertones. Still, Alex convinced himself he was being irrational. Surely, no man would invite another man and his wife into his home if something inappropriate was happening. That night, the penthouse buzzed with energy. Jazz floated softly through the air, while glasses clinked and laughter filled every corner. The view of the skyline through towering windows painted the perfect backdrop. Sophia was radiant in her black dress, her confidence magnetic as she moved effortlessly through the crowd. Alex tried to silence the unease growing inside him. He smiled, he conversed, and he played his role, but the knot in his stomach refused to loosen. An hour into the night, Sophia leaned toward him, her voice casual. She said she needed to step away to meet an old friend in a quieter corner. Alex nodded, outwardly calm, though inside a storm brewed. He let her go, waiting, watching the minutes crawl. After 15 minutes, his patience shattered. He excused himself and slipped away from the throng, wandering through the maze of hallways until a faint hum of voices caught his attention. In the dimly lit garden tucked away from the main event, Alex froze. He recognized Mark's voice instantly, smooth, arrogant, and laced with liquor. The other man's voice was unfamiliar, but what mattered were the words. "I don't know how she does it," Mark chuckled. "Sophia can leave her husband's side and fall into my bed like it's the most natural thing in the world. Last weekend at the Waterfront Hotel, man, it was unforgettable." Alex's blood turned to ice. His breath faltered, heart hammering against his ribs. The other man spoke cautiously. "Aren't you worried? Her husband could catch on. This is dangerous." Mark laughed, smug and assured. "Alex, he's buried in his business. Oblivious. And Sophia knows how to cover her tracks. Smarter than most women I've ever been with." Alex's hands trembled as the truth sliced through him. His wife, the woman he had trusted, the mother of his children, had betrayed him with her boss. The casual way Mark spoke of her, like she was a notch in his belt, made Alex's stomach twist with rage. But anger would not drive him. Cold clarity took over. He would not rush into confrontation. He would plan. That night, he walked Sophia back to their car as though nothing had changed. He smiled, asked about her evening, and kissed her cheek. Inside, his resolve hardened. He would uncover everything, piece by piece, until there was no room for denial. Over the following weeks, Alex transformed. He installed discreet software on her phone, intercepted emails, and hired a private investigator. What trickled in became an avalanche. Text messages dripping with intimacy, hotel receipts, photographs of Sophia and Mark together, and call logs confirming their late-night rendezvous. Every revelation cut him deeper, but every fragment fueled his determination. This would not end in secrecy. It would end in exposure. A month later, Mark hosted another lavish event, brimming with influential guests. Alex arrived with Sophia on his arm, wearing the mask of a devoted husband. She smiled, radiant as ever, utterly unaware of the storm awaiting her. Midway through the night, Alex asked for the microphone. The crowd hushed, glasses lowered, and all eyes shifted to him. Sophia's expression faltered when his gaze met hers. "I want to raise a toast," Alex began, his voice even, steady. "To my wife, Sophia. For 10 years, we've shared a life, built a family, and made memories I thought would last a lifetime. But sometimes, life reveals truths you never expected." The silence grew heavy, the room tense. Sophia's face drained of color. She opened her mouth, but Alex lifted his hand to still her. "And tonight," he continued, "I want to share one of those truths." With a click, the projector behind him flickered to life. Gasps rippled through the room as image after image filled the screen. Sophia and Mark together in hotel lobbies, intimate text exchanges, recordings of whispered calls in the night. The evidence was undeniable. The crowd turned, their shock morphing into disgust. Sophia stood frozen, unable to speak. Mark tried to slip away, but the guests weren't so quick to let him escape. Alex's voice cut through the chaos, cold and resolute. Secrets never stay hidden. And now, the truth is out for all to see. The aftermath was brutal. Within days, Alex filed for divorce and secured custody of the children. Mark's career collapsed under the weight of scandal, forcing him to step down in disgrace. Sophia lost everything: her marriage, her reputation, and the trust of everyone who once admired her. For Alex, the pain lingered, but so did relief. He had faced betrayal and turned it into power. He had stripped away the lies and reclaimed his life. In the end, his victory wasn't only in exposing the truth. It was in walking away stronger, free from the shadows that had consumed his home.